Satisfy your need for happiness through your own curiosity with the Ranveer Show.
You must have heard about Minoxidil, Finasteride.
Yeah.
It's a very, very commonly used medicine. If you allow, I'll talk a bit more on Finasteride because I need people to be aware about it. So Finasteride was a drug of choice which was given for benign prostatic hyperplasia. So that's an enlargement of prostate gland in a male elderly individual. Surprisingly, people found out a positive side effect that people who were taking it for a longer time could see a significant reduction in hair loss. Researching more on that, finding that it's a blocker to form less DHT, that's dihydrotestosterone, what I discussed. It was considered as an FDA approved for male pattern baldness, androgenetic alopecia. My concerns were this medicine has side effects like erectile dysfunction,
What?
decreased libido, decreased fertility. It has a post-Finasteride syndrome, which is registered in journals like American Andrology, European Andrology. There is American Reproductive Journal, which states that, and they've assessed this using multiple scales like Arizona Sexual Assessment Scale, Aging Male Symptom Scale. So it's purely recorded. The percentage is less, but it is there. In fact, there was a lawsuit filed against Propecia, known as Finasteride, where almost 1,000+ men had alleged these kind of side effects of erectile dysfunction and libido and depression, suicidal ideations, and all those things. And they had to settle this at a $4.3 million, which just concluded last year in 2023, June. This was in USA in 2012. So these side effects are there. Now my concern is these medicines are easily available over the counter, specifically in regions like India, and most of the people lack awareness, self-administer these medicines without proper medical guidance.
So 1 second.
Yeah.
The realistic scenario is a guy starts balding. He reads on the internet that take Finasteride and Minoxidil.
Right.
He goes to the chemist shop, goes and buys it without understanding that these medicines have side effects.
Not Minoxidil, but yeah, Finasteride. Minoxidil is a topical application. So also Minoxidil and Finasteride are the medicines. First, it will work only till the time you take it. Second, it is not helping you in regrowth. You, as you mentioned, your friend 18-19 start facing. So those patients may experience a delay in deterioration of hair loss, but not in regrowth. And also adding, because it's a lifelong obligation. It is not something which you take it for 3 months, 6 months and that.
That thing you said about erectile dysfunction, once you stop taking the medicine, does your sex drive and all come back?
It does. That is what it is said. But when I said post-Finasteride syndrome, it states it's a persistent sexual, neurological and psychological side effects which has been observed. I'll not say 100%, but there are still studies to happen. And you're risking something for your aesthetic appearance, a lot more you're risking it. A dermatologist not guiding this properly, not evaluating a patient. How many of the patients who visit a dermatologist does a fertility profile check done? Nowadays, IVF is so common. Why? Because people are not aware. They might have some issues with their hormones and everything. And adding to this, if they have this, they may end up having more infertility issues. So I completely refrain myself from advising these medicines. In fact, my take for your audience would be, before starting this medicine, consult your doctor, consult your dermat. Ask them what are the benefits of these medicines, how long you have to take it, what are the risks involved, and what happens when you discontinue the medicine.
This is such an important podcast for bros, honestly, because the thing is, as a guy, when you're dealing with some cosmetic insecurity, you're ready to do almost anything to fix it. But guys don't understand that certain medicines have certain bad effects or could have certain bad effects on your reproductive system. So you have to be careful when...
We have to evaluate and we have to be under proper medical guidance, and whether you have to evaluate yourself whether the risk is worth taking.
Okay.
What are we risking at?
I just want to mention that doctor is a gold medalist doctor in your MD, right? Not all doctors are the same kind of...
Depends where you get it done and what is it. But once we do our masters, the competition is already less.
Because you're in a newer category.
So yeah, the fields in it streams down to very few seats in a particular field, and my dermat happened by chance. So after my MBBS, when I was opting for a master's thing, I had dermat and other field as an option, and it was you can say a gut feeling or an intuition. I just selected dermat and there's no looking back from there. In fact, it was destined to be a part.
If you enjoyed today's clip, make sure you check out these curated playlists that we've made especially for you related to the subject that was spoken about in this clip.